Hello everyone, it's Blazer again for another unboxing video. And I got two things that I wanted to order. And that is a new controller adapter, and this one's for the Xbox. But more specifically, I got another Tales Remastered. And this time it's Tales of Berseria. This time that's been getting into the the whole video game remaster treatment. But why did this game need a remaster? Because they banned an MCO4. Well, it'll be the easiest one to do a remaster for, because we have done the game before for the PS4, so we might as well do that. I got these off of Amazon because, again, I couldn't seem to find this one on foot again. Oh boy, so here we go. Tales of Berseria Remastered. It's the latest game in the Tales series to get the remastered treatment. And this is one of the more recent games in the Tales series. And I still got this game because I have... There you go. I have the PS4 version as well. I platinum trophied this game on PS4 like a year, maybe like 2 years ago, in fact. 2, maybe 3 years ago, I can't remember. But yeah, I went back to this and gave it a whirl and finished up what needed to be done in order to get the achievements. I really like this. Little story. I was gonna ask for a PS4 for Christmas. Like back in 2016, 2017-ish. Yeah, it was 2016, I think. I was gonna ask for a PS4 for Christmas, and maybe for that Christmas, I was gonna get this one. But I had the PS4 as a birthday present from my brother. And then I learned when Tales of Berseria was gonna come out in 2017. Yeah, that was gonna be the big deal. That was going to be when the game would come out and I would get it. And in between playing that, I then played through Final Fantasy 15 on PS4, and yeah, boy was that game with disappointment. But this was one of the times a Tales game kicked the ass of a Final Fantasy game, and got an about damn time too. Yep, really glad to see Tales of Berseria delivering the smack on Final Fantasy, and now I got the remastered version. And this one's got the updated look of Velvet. They both show Velvet on the cover, but this time pretty much showing the whole entire face compared to only showing like a half of a face on the original. But I will say this: if you've got an Xbox and a Nintendo Switch with no access to a PS4, this is the first time you're going to be able to get this. And now here's the PS5 version. And on the back, there it is: a path forged by vengeance. Father Crowe's journey unfolds in a world divided by emotion and reason, where conviction becomes her strength. The magic of Tales of Berseria enhanced by new gem. Customizable combos to suit your playstyle. Complete the immersion with the new DLC. Some original Beseria DLC are not included. Yeah, that's usually some of the licensed DLC. Yeah, some of the anime licensed DLC did not make it in. Yeah. I'm not sure if this game had any anime licensed DLC. I know it had the pirate outfits, it had the swimsuits, it had the Alice in Wonderland inspired DLC outfits. I'm trying to remember because I didn't, although I didn't necessarily. Oh yeah, and the Tales cameo outfits as well. Yeah, the standard Tales cameo outfits. But I think for me, I bought the Tales cameo outfits. And yeah, nothing else because I didn't necessarily find any of the other outfits really worth getting. And Tales of Berseria already has like a set of like unlockable swimwear that you can actually unlock in the game as well. Even though it's just the same for each cat, for each of the 6 characters. Even though it's the same for each of the characters. So yeah. And it is going to be the same as what we had with the PS4 in terms of what is in terms of content. And graphics wise, it's hard to tell if whether or not the game has really been updated or up in terms of looks. Like maybe you may notice like I'm trying to remember like whatever things about it as well. Like I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh yeah, the censorship. Yeah, that's it. The censorship. Now I remember. Yeah, Tales of Berseria will have the same censorship on this remaster as the PS4 version. Right, so if I remember, right, there was a scene in Tales of Berseria where a child character, Velvet's little brother, Velvet's little brother gets killed by a sword. That's it. Now I'm remembering, because I will admit I have not played this game in such a long time. But okay, so let me try and remember. So in the beginning scene of Tales of Berseria, there was a scene that involved a child getting killed. In which in the original scene there was the death scene that had Velvet's little brother, Luffy, be killed by the villain Artorias by the sword. Whereas in the edited version he was sacrificed with a magical ritual. And the remastered version carries that change. And yeah, even Japanese, and I heard that now Japanese players are now have to put up with the censorship that we Western folks add. Yeah, which for Japanese people that's bullshit. Because Japan didn't have that issue with the age rating, because they were fine with the content before. Now they have to put up with it. But I understand But I understand that they had to change it in the English version, because it was a way that they had to try and keep the age rating down to avoid, getting an age rating. So that's kind of what they did here with this remastered version. So with this, you got the PS5, and then you got the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch, and also for some reason the remastered version for the PC, which the Steam version of this game is really good enough as it was. So why Steam released a remastered version, for Steam, is beyond me. Like, it's just beyond me. Like, why would Steam put a remastered version of this when the Steam version is already on, when the original version is still on Steam? It's just kind of questionable. Yeah, then again, these Tales remasters have really been kind of questionable, because we have the Tales of Berseria Remastered, which is this one here. the Tales of Berseria Remaster has been good, because you know it takes an old Tales game and rebrands it for a new generation, and they updated the quality and look of that game, and that remaster was perfect. They should have done it, and all these other Tales remasters that we had before should have been just as good as that Tales of Berseria Remaster. Because if you remember, we've had recent ones like, oh, spoil, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Grace's F, and as recent as the Tales of Exillia Remaster. We've had these 3 remasters come out, and the Tales of Symphonia Remaster was complete and utter shit for how bad that version looked, and they didn't even update they didn't necessarily update any quality of the game itself. Like any details that you noticed in the game, like just how in terms of that of Tales of Symphonia looked in the first place, nothing was updated in that one. Like it still looked the same, which was shit. Then you got Grace's F, which it kind of looked better. Well, it looked sort of better-ish. Like Grace's kind of looked better. And then you got Exillia, which, yeah, it's kind of at times hard to tell if whether or not some parts of the game look remastered or other parts of it just don't look just pretty much on par with what was on the PS3. So yeah, so that's kind of the questionable aspect of what we have with these Tales remasters. So out of all of those ones, yeah, the Tales of Berseria Remaster was the better one, was the best one, because that one was the best remaster for like how they really handled the quality, the overall graphic quality of the game, and really brought that to like the new generation. Plus, at the time, it was the best looking Tales game. So, but with the Tales of Berseria Remaster, which is the new one, it's hard to tell if whether or not the game looks better or looks worse than what we got for the Tales Remastered. So anyway, I think I've rambled more than fucking enough. I think I need to now start unraveling this. Oh, and I should have brought my scissors. You know, I'll just use my teeth. Fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna need to get my scissors. Be right back. All right, got the scissors. It's right here now. So let's do this. Here we go. So that's open. Ah, there we go. Now I can finally start unveiling and opening this. Now I'm going to need to open it like that. Make sure there's no code in the way. In which there is, and I want to make sure I can turn it around the other way. because they don't seem to keep these things on the opposite side. Alright, so here it is. It's open. I've got it open. And inside is the disc, and there is a code on this side here, which I won't open up. Which I won't flip over, but it's basically just a Bandai Namco club thing. Yep, just a very simple disc. And what's the disc like in the PS4 version? Let's bring it. Yeah, pretty much similar to the remaster. There's remaster, there's original. Just showing more of Velvet Crowe's face. And the cool thing about looking at my PS4 version is looking at the advertisement for Tales of Link. You know, the mobile Tales game that, you know, sadly died out. That's a sad thing, really. So yeah, there's Tales of Berseria Remastered. I'll be looking forward to dive into a little bit of this. But more specifically, I'll look forward to when I eventually go back to Tales of Berseria Remastered and start doing videos on that one. Because I need to go back to that one. Right, now the next item, which is the Wingman controller converter for the Xbox. It's called the Brook Wingman Converter XB2, in which there are 3 different variants of the XB. There's XB1, there's XB2, which I've got here, and it's XB3. Now what this is, it's a controller converter, which will help make you run modern controllers on older Xbox generation consoles. So like if you've got anything like a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5 controllers that you may have around for your consoles and want to use them on an Xbox console platform, well, this device does that. And it's got the device itself. It's got like this sort of USB thing going on that plugs into the console unit, and it says it's got turbo and fighting stick and controller, which means it'll work with either one of those. Fighting stick and controller working with, and it's showing like the fighting stick and what looks to be a PS4 or PS5 controller, and also a Nintendo Switch controller. And on the sides there it says, yeah, basically pretty much fighting stick and controller with XB 360, XB original, and PC X import. And then you also have what works on the back. Yes, you got the XB 360 wireless receiver, Xbox 360, XB1, that's Xbox One, and XB Elite. Fighting sticks, XB adaptive controllers, Sega Astro City Mini and Mega Drive Mini controller. And there's the wired device, and then it shows it also works with Switch Pro, PS3, PS4, PS5, XB Elite Series 2, XB1, XB XS, and it connects to the Xbox 360, Xbox Original, as in like the original classic Xbox, and the PC. And it says needs the USB adapter cable on XB Original. So yeah, if you've got an adapter, if you've got a USB adapter cable to be able to plug an Xbox 360 of Xbox original controller, and to be able to plug in or what is it, any modern consoles onto an original Xbox, yeah, you gotta get that. But what I've bought here, but we'll open this up, which I got, which basically isn't just much here. There is a little bit of thing on here, probably just a bit of tape on there, which I won't bother with. But inside is basically just the USB itself. Lovely. There's the USB adapter itself. And it has, oh, I'm assuming it's a button. I'm assuming it's a button for it to synchronize with the device, with any of the controller, control devices. I'm assuming what it is. And also inside is, yeah, a fucking keychain, which I don't need. And also inside yeah, we appreciate your support for Brook. Yeah, just a pointless thing. And is there instructions? No, just a sticker, just a couple of stickers. Surely that can't be it, right? Ah, it does have. Oh, it does have the manual, and it's a manual likely explaining. Well, this does. Ah, it's the LED button. LED button. Yab says this port can connect it to an Xbox 360, XB original and PC, yada 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 yada. Just a very simple manual, really. And yeah, that is about it. Lovely. And alongside all this junk, yeah. So this is the unit itself. So what you do is you plug any of your controllers into this thing here. I'll just get one of my PS3 USB devices here. So like, if you want to use one of these onto your Xbox, you can plug one of these into here. It's not going to be able to do. It's not going to be easy to show it in one hand. I'll just show it. Here it is. Yeah, this thing is being a little bit of a bastard to connect. I know it's supposed to... Hang on. May require 2 hands. There you go. There you go, I got it in. A little pain in the ass. Here. So yeah, so this plugs... So the USB cable there plugs into it, and you can then plug it into the Xbox 360, and you can then what the adapter will do, it will trick the console into thinking that into thinking that a standard Xbox 360 controller is plugged in, when really one of these is plugged into the device. So yeah, that's more or less what it does, and it does what it says and it does what's advertised on the device itself. So I may have to take this thing off with two hands. There we go. So there you go. That's off, and I can plug this back onto my PS3 console. So that's pretty much good. So it's a pretty much good, handy little device if you want to plug any of your controllers on the that you own on your Xbox device. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with this purchase. And I'll give this a try later on with my PlayStation gamepads I've got there, and see if I want to use those on my 360 if I feel more comfortable using those. But anyway, so I'm pretty much happy with my purchases that I've got. Got another Tales Remastered, and I've got a new XB controller converter. I may plan on getting one similar like this for my PlayStation console, so I can use my controller that I've got here for my Nikon Pro Revolution controller on for PS5 games, because I like this controller so much that I want to use this for PlayStation 5 games as well as PS4, because a lot of the PS5 Pro controllers are insanely expensive. Yeah, so I've seen like Pro controllers for the PS5 go for like £160-ish, which I don't want to spend that much money on. So yeah, so overall pretty happy with it. But again, did we really need a remaster for Tales of Berseria? And if you're a PlayStation 5 gamer like me, no. And with this, I hope that we may see remasters of, or perhaps modern releases of, Tales of Pantasia, Tales of Destiny, and also Tales of Berseria. We hope these are the Tales games that I hope to God we see remasters of, because these are Tales games that demand, and I mean demand, a modern release, because a lot of these older Tales games have been lost to such older platforms like the PS1 and the Super Nintendo that that the older ones don't seem to get much of a chance. Not to mention, like, the older Tales games, like the aforementioned Tales of Berseria and PS1 Tales of Destiny, are going for like insane prices on auction websites. So yeah, so a modern release of this one and this one really needs to happen. And rumor has it also that maybe this one, Tales of the Abyss, could be the next remaster that they could be doing. But who knows? Who knows? Bandai Namco's really been doing really low quality remasters over the past year or so. So who knows at this point? Maybe we'll see more information regarding the Tales of, and as more recently, Bandai Namco have announced that at maybe sometime, is it in April? Was it in April? I can't remember. or June, I can't remember to be honest, that there's going to be like another big project coming out soon. But even what, yeah, they've announced a big project for a new Tale, or something that's new Tales related, but we're gonna suspect that it could be either a new Tales game coming out or another Tales remaster. Who knows? We'll just have to keep up to date. We'll just have to keep subscribed and see what they will bring out in the future. So anyway, this is gonna do for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Me rambling a little bit. I rambled a little too much there, but I just really wanted to get it off my skin, because I really wanted to talk why I think this was not necessarily the most necessary remaster we needed. And if they had done this remaster with Tales of Berseria together, like how Tales of Berseria Remastered should have been done with Berseria 1 and 2, and Tales of Berseria Remastered with Tales of Berseria 1 and 2, then I wouldn't find this remaster, yeah, all the more questionable. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all liked it. Give it a comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to check out some of my other videos that I've got going up. I will have Splitgate Arena Reloaded videos uploaded sometime in the future. And speaking of that, I also have done Splitgate Arena Reloaded game review on my GameSpot channel. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, hope you all liked it, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. So take care of yourselves, and goodbye.